Hi Jim and whoever else is watching. We're going to be going over the last little part of Collide and the bridge. So we're just going to recap this last little embellishment on the Cadd9, which is the last chord. And the only thing that's really tricky about this is the catching of the hammer-on at the right time. It's really an anticipation on the hammer-on. So you're not actually hammering on the beat, you're hammering on before the beat, and then you're catching that next downbeat with it. So the picking is down, 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 up, down, up, and then hammer on that next down. So this is one full motion. And then you hammer on with your index finger, and then you have another up, down, up at the end. There's going to be a wait after that hammer on. A quick pause, because what's happening is you're transferring the time and the momentum from your right hand to your left hand. So this gets transferred to this hammer on, those eighth notes. So instead of so the hammer-on stays even, and even though it's an anticipation on the end of a beat, it's still even in the time grid which we're playing in, which is 4/4. So again, slow. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And then you link that back up because you end on the upbeat. So on that next downbeat, which comes right after that, we're going to land right on the one of the G. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Let's do that transition one more time, then we'll do it full speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Cool. So the hardest part, actually going back to the beginning of this piece is the easiest part, because we're only moving 2 of our fingers, and we're not even doing anything drastic to them. All we're doing is we are shifting both of them down a string set. So your middle finger on the 3rd fret A string goes down to the 3rd fret E string. Your index finger goes down a string to the 2nd fret A string. So really, this is all we're doing, and it's the easiest transition. And what we're doing is we're designing a momentum that will, engage the listener and ourselves and create a self-propelling rhythm. So let's do it full speed, and then we'll move on to the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. because that is a very tricky part. Learning how to hammer on at the right time and give that right kind of skip to create an extra layer of depth to the progression that we're playing. The next part is the bridge, which only uses 3 of the 4 chords in Collide, and it's going to work on our arpeggio picking. So we have the first chord, which is E minor, and all we're doing here is we're picking. We're going to be picking the lowest string, and then so the E, and then the A, and then all the way up to the B string. And the E minor chord is the 3rd chord in the structure, except we're not going to be having our ring and pinky on the 3rd frets of our B and E string. So the chord essentially is open E, 2nd fret A string with your 1st finger, 2nd fret with your middle finger D string, and then open G, open B, and open E. That is a basic E minor chord. E minor chord shape, that is. And then after that, we go to a C major 7 technically, but it's a C major chord, like this. Our regular open C chord, except we're not using our index finger, so that B string that normally has the 1st fret with the 1st finger is actually going to be taken off. And we get this cool, kind of colorful, bright sound. And that's what we're going to be using. And then the last chord is our regular D chord. So for E minor, it's 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0. Then for C, we have 3 with our middle finger on our A string, 2 on our D string with our 1st finger, and then open, open. Then for our D, we have open D, and then 2nd fret with our 1st finger, 3rd fret with our ring finger, and then we have the option of using our middle finger for our 2nd fret on the high E. The picking pattern is it's very basic for us, which is a good thing. If I'm playing this song, I'm going to be using my 1st and 2nd finger for that E minor, just because it's already ergonomically designed to be easier for me to do. I mean, we can do that, or we can do this. I go with the 1st finger just because we're already in this motion of only moving our first 2 fingers. So let's keep that going. So what we're going to do is, coming out of that Cadd9, we're going to be picking all downs, down, down, down. It's 3 down movements, and the first 2 are quarter notes. So we have a single note E, and then a single note A string, 2nd fret. And we let them ring out. We don't have to stop them. We're going to just let them ring and combine themselves to make a chord. And then after that, we're going to be picking the D and the G string together. And to really get that D and G together, we're going to have to push through the string. Not really push through it, but really be able to angle your pick in a way to where it glides in a diagonal motion. It glides across the string. So we're not actually pushing through them. We're just being able to address 2 strings in one motion. And if you can get your B string in there too. So down, down, D and G now. Then we go to the C, and we're just going to be switching our 2 fingers from the 2nd to middle finger 3rd fret, 1st finger on the 2nd fret, D string, and we start on the A string now. For the E minor, we started on the low E string. Sorry, oops. and then we went E, A, D, and G together. Now this time we're going to go A, D, G, and B together. Now it would be a good exercise to be able to do this. And when you do this, the way I kind of do it is I kind of just let my pick fall from string to string. And when I'm ready to pick that, before I'm ready to pick that string, I just let it rest on that next string I'm about to pick. So after I've plucked that E, my pick is right on the A string, ready to go when I need it to. The other way to do it is kind of a more bouncy feel, where you kind of passively pick the string, so more of an upward motion rather than this is down, this is up. So either one works, and we'll talk more about them. Then we have that C, so A string, D string, G and B together. And remember, this C is going to be just three on our A string, second fret with our first finger on our D string, and then open G and B. And then with one fluid motion, we play, which is essentially a D power chord, because we're not adding the, though we can, and it will sound beautiful. But in the song, I believe that he only goes just up to the B string. So we're going to be going, that last chord is open D, second fret with our first finger on our G string. So G string, second fret, first finger, and then middle finger on our third fret, B string. And for this one, I actually use my ring finger for that third fret B string, just because I'm so used to the D shape that my finger just does that. So if you can, get into that habit, it's a good one. So we're actually going to use our ring finger for that third fret on our B string. We'll do a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And he does that in the song 3 times in a row, and that's the only other part in the song. Congrats, Jim, and whoever else is watching this. You guys have gotten through all of Collide, and looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.